Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to talk all about food. And you know what? We're going to dive into some really useful English vocabulary by looking at something super fun and delicious, a classic outdoor barbecue.
So, let me ask you, what makes the perfect summer barbecue? Just think about it for a second. Is it that feeling of the warm sun? Maybe it's the sound of all your friends laughing together. Or, oh, that incredible, mouth-watering smell of food sizzling away on the grill. It's just such a great way to eat and connect with people. And guess what? We're about to learn all the English you need to talk about it. All right, let's jump right in. If you want to have a successful barbecue, you've got to know the lingo, right? So in this first part, we're going to cover all the keywords you'll hear when you're planning, or even better, enjoying a fantastic cookout. Okay, first things first, prep. Getting the food ready is absolutely key for a delicious barbecue. And one of the most important steps, marinating the meat. This word is a must-know if you want to talk about creating amazing flavor.
So, what does it actually mean to marinate something? Well, it's pretty simple. It's when you soak meat in a really flavorful sauce, with all sorts of spices, herbs, and liquids before you cook it. And it does two things. It packs in a ton of flavor, and it also makes the meat super tender. Win-win. Now, you can't have a barbecue without hamburgers and hot dogs, right? And they come with their own special kinds of bread, hamburger buns and hot dog buns. Let's take a quick look at what makes them different. And believe it or not, English is pretty specific about this. A hamburger bun is round, obviously, designed to fit that round hamburger patty perfectly. A hot dog bun, on the other hand, is long and kind of folded, It's the perfect shape to cradle a hot dog. So picture this. You're cooking for a big group of people. You're going to need to talk about how much food to make. You might hear someone say something like, we should probably cook a couple dozen. But wait, what does a couple dozen actually mean? Okay, before we get to a couple dozen, let's break down dozen. A dozen just means 12. That's it. You see it all the time, right? Like when you buy eggs, they usually come in a carton of 12. So 1 dozen is 12.
So if 1 dozen is 12, what's a couple dozen? Well, a couple usually means 2. So a couple dozen is 2 times 12, which is about 24. It's just a really handy way to talk about a larger number without being super exact. Another barbecue favorite you'll definitely see are kebabs. You know what I'm talking about. Those delicious pieces of meat and veggies all threaded onto a thin stick. And that little stick, by the way, has a name. It's called a skewer. Then you just cook the whole thing over the fire. So good. And where does all this magic happen? On a grill, of course. A grill is basically your outdoor stove, using either gas or charcoal to cook the food. But here's the cool part. Grill is also a verb. It's the action of cooking. So you'd say, hey, I'm going to grill the kebabs now. You can't have a hot barbecue without ice-cold drinks, right? And that's where a cooler comes in. It's basically a portable plastic box, no electricity needed, that you just fill with ice. It keeps all your drinks and some of your food perfectly chilled while you're hanging out outside. And where is everyone gonna sit? On the lawn furniture. The word lawn just means the grass in your yard. So lawn furniture is just a simple way to talk about all the chairs and tables that are made to be used outside. Okay, so now we've got the specific words for a barbecue down, but, a meal like this is almost never just about the food, is it? And that brings us to a much bigger idea, the whole culture of eating together. Food is so much more. It's about tradition, it's about community, it's about connection. This quote really just nails it, doesn't it? Think about it. A barbecue isn't just about eating a hamburger. It's a social event. It's an excuse to bring people together. Food is absolutely at the center of how we celebrate, how we connect, and how we build our communities. And you know what? This idea is totally universal. In the US, for instance, summer barbecues are a huge part of celebrating the 4th of July. In Chile, they have something similar called asados for their Independence Day. And really, all around the world, things like birthday cakes and big holiday feasts, they're how we mark our most important moments. Okay, so let's zoom out a bit from those big special occasions and talk about the practical, everyday language of food. These are the words and ideas you're going to use all the time. First up, the basics of our daily eating schedule. In the morning, we start the day with breakfast. Then, around the middle of the day, we have lunch. The main meal in the evening is usually called dinner. And, of course, any little meals you eat in between those, we call them snacks. Now, when people talk about eating healthy, you'll hear the phrase a balanced diet a lot.
All that really means is getting a good mix of all the different things your body needs. You need your proteins from things like meat and beans. You need carbohydrates like rice and bread. You need some healthy fats from nuts and oils. And of course, you absolutely need all those vitamins and minerals you get from fruits and vegetables.
All right, here are a few last super useful concepts for you. Natural foods, that's easy. They come straight from nature, like an apple. Processed foods are things that have been changed or prepared somehow, like bread. Ingredients are just all the different items you need to make a dish. And finally, cuisine. That's a fancy word for a country's unique style of cooking, like Italian cuisine or Mexican cuisine.
So, when you think about it, food is this amazing thing, isn't it? It's deeply personal, it's cultural, and it's universal, all at the same time. It really connects us to our past, and it connects us to each other. So, I'll leave you with this one question to think about. What food reminds you of home? What are those flavors that bring back your most powerful memories? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.